But until 2021, I was the CEO of a biotech company called Roivant that I founded in 2014.
Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy has been all over cable news, and citing his business background, his experience in pharmaceuticals and hedge funds as proof of his ability to cut potential deals with America's adversaries. But a new report from Fortune magazine suggests a lot of that supposed financial prowess may be smoke and mirrors. Ramaswamy's media strategy of being everywhere, saying yes to, it seems, every media opportunity, seems to be working. At one point, he was tied with Mike Pence for third place in polling of the GOP field, proving strong competition against rivals with much bigger name recognition. He speaks about economic issues with confidence on business networks.
I'm an economic growth guy. Reform the Fed. I'm a single mandate guy. Stabilize the U.S. dollar. Forget the dual mandate. Dismantle the administrative state. Reform the tax system. I think this is how we actually stimulate economic growth for the country.
It's been lauded by the Wall Street Journal editorial board for his ideas on the economy. They said, quote, if Mr. Ramaswamy doesn't get the GOP presidential nod, the nominee should keep him in mind to run Treasury. But a new report in Fortune could dim his chances. They report, quote, despite bragging that he's not beholden to donor masters thanks to his fortune, virtually all of Ramaswamy's companies operate in the red, and none have ever turned a profit consistently. His flagship holding company, Roivant, has never once turned a profit since going public, losing $433 million in 2020, $698 million in 2021, and a whopping $1.12 billion in 2022, with Bloomberg predicting another billion-plus losses in 2023. Also at issue, according to Fortune, is Ramaswamy's telling of how he came to build a successful financial empire. Quote, a huge part of Ramaswamy's self-created origin story is how he built a successful business when he was still an undergraduate in college, a database called studentbusinesses.com, and supposedly sold it out for millions to the Kauffman Foundation in 2009. He has sat for countless fawning interviews across print, media, television, and podcasts, focused on his earliest business triumph. However, Ramaswamy's 2009 tax returns show realized capital gains of only $37,000. Hardly a lucrative exit. The following year, in 2010, Ramaswamy reported zero in capital gains. Joining me now is Steven Tian. He co-wrote the piece for Fortune and is the director of research at the Yale Chief Executive Leadership Institute. Steven, thanks very much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. All right, so look, the stuff I've read sounds very bad from your article, but for the layperson, does this mean he's not a very successful business person?
Dan, thanks for having me on tonight. That is exactly right. For someone who's based his entire presidential campaign on the idea that he is a self-made success, an American dream, rags to riches story of building multiple businesses from scratch, having many billions of dollars under his name, none of that is true. We went through 20 years of his tax returns. And Dan, tax returns do not lie. Tax returns show you the truth, political fluff and hype aside. And we were shocked by what those tax returns showed. Tax returns do not lie, and what they showed is that Vivek Ramaswamy's myth of business prowess, it's only that. It is a myth which is built on hype, not facts.
Is he not worth, though, sort of tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars?
Well, Dan, even beyond that, it's a question of how he made that money. This is a guy who basically came out of nowhere. He burst on the scene politically, and he burst on the scene with his business pursuits. How did he make that money? We looked at his tax returns. We broke it down over 20 years, and what we found was shocking. Most of his money, he first made his big money in 2015 when he was pumping a drug named Axovant. Now, Axovant was an Alzheimer's drug, which ended up failing. The stock went from $200 to 40 cents. Investors got fleeced. But Ramaswamy made out very, very well. Not only did he raise hundreds of millions in the IPO, his own tax returns showed that he made nearly $40 million that year. Up to that point, that was more money than he'd ever made in his life combined. He'd never even made in the 8 digits before, and that year he made $40 million. And what happened after that? He went back to never making more than 8 digits again for the next 5 years. That's how he made his money, and that is really important for viewers at home.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.